Hello everybody, welcome in. SirRocksAlot here, and it is Thursday, and I am out of work. Not out of work, but just out for the day. And we've got a few things to cut, a few things to show, and a few things to chat about. And as soon as I go live, the sirens go off. So the sirens are for us. And yeah, let's see what we're going to do. Let's get some gloves on, I think. Oh, that's some light. There's some light. How about some chat stuff? There we go. What else is in there? Automatic translation, community moderation. We are good. So I hope everybody's had a good week so far. Extra glasses. Hey there, welcome in. Just getting moving. I get my gloves on, safety gloves. Although I'm pretty safe. Hope everybody's doing all right. We're going to do a few things to show. Hi there. Just getting prepped up. Pretty much done. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. And I'll show you in a few seconds what we're going to do for the day. But I hope you had a great week. I know some of you haven't finished yet, so you got one day to go, and you will have the weekend. I have started my weekend, so a long day today. But here, and hopefully the machine's working, and a few updates on the machine. I have a few things we're going to do today. So I have some pieces of either Campitas or Alpine Village. It looks tremendously like Alpine Village. So I'm going to cut that one. I've got these cruisy agates I want to polish up. This little Swazi agate. And I want to get a quick polish on that. It's the little rock monster, one-eyed rock monsters, twins. We've got a few pieces of Mexican turquoise from Sam. I'm going to have a quick peek in those. I need some help deciding what shapes to do with this. This is Royston. It's the leftover pieces from the cab we did in the last session. And yeah, if somebody would say hi just so I can see the chat's working, that'd be fantastic. And then I also wanted to show this real quick. So this was the Yawa nuts that we were opening. Extremely messy. No color on this one. Let's get real close because I want to show you something. I don't want to get all my water dirty again, but let me show you if we get real close on this one. Not this one, but the next one. Let me have a quick peek in here. I haven't gone real close on this. So there was no color in this one. It had a nice little pocket which could have filled up with opal. That would have been fantastic. And then we had this one. So this one's going to turn into, this came from Claude. These were all the little Yawa nuts out of the buckets. I was not expecting too much. They're kind of fun to cut just in case. But this one has, it's not quartz. I believe it is, shoot, I've lost it. Feldspar. And sometimes in the opal ceilings, they'll get lines of feldspar before they get to the opal. But I kind of didn't look super close at this, and I was packing it up the other day, and if you look real close, there is actually some blue in there. So this actually turned out to be about as close as you could get to having a nice little opal nut without having too much opal in it. You see the little blue right there? So there was actually some opal in there, it just didn't fill up. But see that little piece up in there? I might go, I don't know whether I should just cut through that again and see if it made a line or something in there of color. But I kind of like it like that, and I might polish that at some point. Just to use it as a specimen. I got my hands dirty already, but that's okay. Hi there everybody, welcome in. Yeah, just showing off the Yawa. Hope you're doing alright. So yeah, right in the back in there, there actually was a little bit of opal. That's about as close as you can get to producing a Yawa nut opal without producing a Yawa nut opal. Really nice, solid ironstone, and a little peak of opal in there. But it's just going to be a specimen. And then it's got these, it's got like a seam of, it could be quartz, but I think it's feldspar. I might be wrong. Be nice if the little gold nugget in there. Alright, so far the machine is working. I'm going to do a quick polish up on these faces. Then I have a little giveaway that I won from Global Prospecting. So if you don't know Robert goes live on Thursday evenings around, I think, 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the States. And always got opal. He has a lot of material that he sells online, mostly Ethiopian, but he does get in some Australian Lightning Ridge and Kuba Pedy stuff. Hey Lucas, how you doing today? Do I have fossils? I have fossils inside. Trying to think if I got anything out here. No, I have. No, my fossils went to my fossils went to my wife's school. Is where they went. The only thing I've got similar to a fossil, I don't even have it out here actually, but yeah, I don't have it out. So no, I do not have any fossils out here today. But if you come back in the next live, I'll pull a few fossils out here. I was just at a rock show 2 weekends ago, and there were a couple gentlemen had a megalodon tooth here and there. There was a lot of fossilized coral from Florida. So there's an agatized fossil or fossilized agatized coral from Florida, which is producing some beautiful, beautiful caverns inside of these nodules that they get down in, I think, the Tampa Bay area in the southeast of or southwest of Florida. Beautiful stuff. But I've got a giant. If my freckle cat's there, hey Akira, how you doing? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see what we can bring out. I have a big, giant dinosaur toe knuckle that goes to school with my wife. It's bigger than my fist. Really nice piece. All right, what were we going to work on? Oh yeah, the agate. What did I do with the agate? That's the question. Uh-oh. No. What did I do? Oh, there it is. All the way over there. So we're going to polish that up real quick. Then we're going to open up the giveaway that I got from Robert. Global Prospecting. Robert down in, I think he's Sebastian, Florida. Extremely generous gentleman. Oh shit. Got my coffee everywhere. So right now, the genie, let's back it up. The genie is working. Did have a little bit of positive. So I did get a few things in from down Pacific This is the bar that goes in here. This is the bar I could not get off of this machine, but on the other machine, I didn't have one of these, so yep. Hey, CV Cow, Mr. CV Cow, welcome in. Well, yeah, knucklehead maybe. So what was great about this is it did fit on the other sleeve over there pretty easily. And then I have the other end upside down, soaking in some oil. And the problem with that, it has the saw adapter on it. So it has an arm like this one, boink, like that one, except it's one piece of aluminum like that, machined. And so there's not a nut on that side to grip to pull this around. So I have to put the other sleeve on. I've got the end soaking in some oil upside down, because what I learned that I didn't know was if you take a thread, see if we can do it with this. We can do it with this. So if you were to take a thread, other way, there you go. I thought to loosen up a thread, you would pour it in here and sit that like that, and then it would soak down in there, slowly soak its way through with gravity through the threading and whatever the nut or bolt is that's in there, the bolt or the shaft. But I was told that actually you want to wick your lubrication upwards. So with the thread and the bolt shaft, you turn it upside down so that it wicks upwards. And I didn't know that. I did bigger than my hands. If she's not feeling too good, so she might pop out. Yeah, so the kids at school didn't know what it was, and they had to figure out what it was. They had no idea what it was. So they had to weigh it, measure it, look at the anatomy, and eventually they got close. They got to a spine, a vertebrae, and then they were like, it's too big for a vertebrae, or because of the smoothness of where the knuckle rolls. They're like, no, a vertebrae doesn't do like that. So it must be some other part of the animal. And then they didn't get bigger than an elephant. And then they got up to, with a few hints, they got to figure out it was a dinosaur knuckle bone. Very cool. All right, we're going to do this little face, then we're going to open up the giveaway box, see what's in there. Is it working? It's working. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that. No, but they could. I don't know where they started. They had to figure out that it was bone. They didn't even, because it's gem silicated too. So most people would probably, or some people would slice it up and make cabochons out of it. So should be real quick on this. In fact, we're going to start right in the middle. I did a pretty good cut on this one, so let's do that. Get some water on the wheel, and it shouldn't take long. Just want to get a decent polish on this one. And I don't know if you saw Lions Fix-It Shop in the chat. He's a really good channel. He's got him over in the Midlands to the north of England, and he takes us on some really nice walks. And then he also does a lot of woodworking. Real nice chap. It's going to be pretty quick. I'm going to do both size. This is just to have, so I can have them displayed, or maybe I'll do them as a giveaway. So yeah, I was at, what were we at? 1880, I think, was the, how many subscribers I had, which is just, it's a little insane actually. And so it was 1880 this morning. So I'm trying to get to 1900 today, and then we're aiming for that 2000 mark. And once we hit that 2000 mark, there will be another reward to at least one of the subscribers, maybe two. Probably two, I think, actually. The last person that won was Chicago Dog 1. And prior to that, it was Koa. So that's the next goal for me. And I'm doing this one first because my water's clean, and because it's got the druzy in there, come on, there you go. Because it's got that druzy in there, I didn't want to fill it up with lots of old dust, mineral dust from other cups. I'm going to move over. I'm going to do all of these. It is an agate, so it's a little bit harder. The agates, petrified woods, some jaspers, jade, all really hard stones. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hey Soul. Soul has a great little channel too. We're just building it up. Got herself some new equipment last week. I don't know if she started. Well, I guess you've started work on it, right, Saul? So she put a machine together last week, and I assume she's cutting stuff already. So please go over and subscribe, or maybe during or after the live today, go over there and subscribe, or at least say hi in the chat or in one of those shorts. Yeah, go over to Soul's shorts and say hi. I should really be using both of these. So far the genie is doing alright. It could end really quick anytime soon. I'm actually going to... No, that's alright. I don't really have any chippy areas on this one, so I think I'm okay as far as not rolling that edge a little bit. We're ready to go to the next 3 wheels, actually. And then we'll open up this box. Feeling for any saw marks. Feels pretty good. Actually impressed with my own cutting right there. Alright, let's do a quick move. Hold on, we're going to move you real quick. Open it up. There we go. Squeeze it together. Bam. Let's get those geysers over. That stops me from getting silicosis. Bit of light, there we go. Perfect. Now, I keep misplacing the rocks today. Get that under there. So this is a 600 grit. here as well. This is a 1200. Have one geyser on the 6, one on the 12. How about that? Hope everybody's oh, Freckle Cat. Miss Freckle Cat, could you check for the dino bone in the cabinet? Should be in the white box. Would you be able to do that for me? I know you're not feeling too hot. Wow. Look at that Opal guy. That's pretty hot. That's kind of what we expect. I don't even think it was that hot here. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that hot here. They said it was going to be a wild 2 weeks of ups and downs. But that's pretty extreme. Yeah, I was at the rock show a couple of weekends ago. I have a video I need to put up. There's a gentleman there that had a lot of megalodon teeth from, I think it's South Carolina. North Carolina or South Carolina. I think South Carolina. And yeah, he let me film real quick inside his display cabinet. So I got to put those up. They all ranged from, I don't know, maybe $150 all the way up to like $400. So they were pretty decently priced. And also in that, there was a gentleman's card that he gave me of the person where he gets them from. So if people are out there that like fossils or like megalodon teeth, keep an eye out for one of my videos. I might just cut it down into a short. Yeah, no, I see. No, the opening wasn't so bad, that Opal guy. It was the closing. Yeah, you had to watch your fingers. Hey Ryan, how you doing today? Brooks, I'm not sure she heard me, so Miss Turquoise Cat, if you are listening, could you see if you could find the dinosaur knuckle bone that is in the white box? It has a black sticker on it. Should be in the display case. We have a gentleman, Lucas, right here that would like to take a peek at it. This is a 3000. I do have a pad right on the end here that is a cerium pad. Not sure I'm going to put it on there. If I'm not. So I have a little bit of cerium coming off of this wheel because it's so close to the pad on the end, and you can see what it does to the stone. So imagine if that cerium got inside that druzy. Let me see if I can. I don't want to do it. I could do it without. I haven't cut this one, so I'm just going to run it over the last wheel here. Freckle Cat, can you see if you can get the dinosaur bone out of the display cabinet? I have a gentleman that would like to see it. Hey Stephen, welcome in. Alright, that's just to get the cerium up. If I get cerium all the way around the outside here, it's going to get pretty ugly. Chris, how you doing today? All right. Should at least get a decent polish going. All right, now I got you. Hi everybody, thanks for being in. You could hit that thumbs up or maybe even subscribe if you're new to the channel. I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays around 6 and Sundays around 2. And I put up a bunch of shorts during the week and a couple of videos maybe once a week or every 2 weeks. We're trying to hit 1900 tonight, and then we'll be well on our way towards 2000. And then when we hit 2000, we will do a double giveaway or double reward, all sponsored by myself. Pretty good. Let's get rid of the water there. We'll dry these off and see what a horrible job I did. I don't think so, Ryan. She's not feeling too hot, and we've got Toby with her as well. And then she is all thumbs on there. Aha. Thank you for that. So that's Robert's channel that Freckle Cat just put up. He usually goes live at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And once I show these little, let's come over a little bit. Enough. Well, we're going to change here. Let's move back over. These are looking pretty good. Let's move back over and then I'll open up the box. Hopefully. No, not that way. Something is a little fidgety here. There you go. Bingo. Good. Okay. Bring this over. There we go. Let's turn that off for a second. Hopefully it doesn't seize up. Let's dry these off. So these were the little Swazi agates. This is only up to 2000. I did them pretty quick, so let's see how we did. Here's one. Let's get in that cruisy. Alright, here we go. So for a quick, what was it, 10 minutes? Maybe 15 minutes? So that's not bad for the quick polish. And the other side, that's not bad either. So pretty happy with those. That's on. We're all good. All right, Lucas, hold on. I'm going to do a quick run. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. That was funny. I got attacked by my own dog. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out. So, So he's only 5 months, but I went on where I have an apron on, and he got all protective. I don't know if I assume he was protecting Freckle Cat. He may have been protecting the dino bone, like it says. That would not surprise me either. So this I got. Here you go. So this I got from Don Dupuis, Dime Pacific. I'm gonna say 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago. I don't know if anybody in the chat remembers the sale that we did when Dave was going to the corner and selling off big pieces of petrified wood, and then a couple of pieces. I think he did a couple of what is it? Oh, the petrified pine cones. But he had big petrified pine cones. It was very cool. And he was nice enough to sell this to me. I could probably cut it. Because it is gem silicated. But I wasn't lying about the size of it, so. Alright, it's the same size as my fist. So you can see the joint there where it rolls. And then actually, I think it's there as well. Here. It's like here and here. Pretty cool. And that's what goes to school. And they have to figure out what that is. I think the 8th graders, 9th graders. Maybe even the little ones too. He's just going to lock me out of the house now. She doesn't need me for protection anymore. But yeah, they get to play with this. Let's look at it a little bit closer. Oops. And I like cutting dino bone. You can see the fibers it is in there. It is heavy. It's got to be, I think it's 1.4 pounds. But there you go. Yes, I have a couple of fossils in the house, or in the collection. But the thing about cutting dino bone, it gets really sticky. It's just, I guess it's the consistency of like some sort of collagen getting there. Yeah, Lucas, they were really cool. So, really cool. Yeah, I don't know if the consistency of dino bone, when he's cutting it, it gets a little sticky in that it's like collagen somewhere in there somehow. And yeah. Yeah, all those big words she just said. She's a wonderful teacher. Kids are lucky. Kids are really lucky. Okay, agate's done. We're going to open up Robert's box. So a little higher up was Robert from Global Prospecting. And I was fortunate enough to win one of his giveaways a couple weeks back. And let's have a look. So that's the box. But he also put in here, and I don't know how big the pieces are. I assume the pieces are probably pretty small. But he put some turquoise in here too, and I have not looked at it. So let's see if we can do this. Really? Let's go play games. Starting to feel like that Opal guy. If you watch his lives, you'll understand. His nemesis is bubble wrap. Opening out, there's the bubble wrap. So I'm opening this upside down. Bubble wrap. Reuse. I also got this sort of piece. It's really nice. So let's have a look here. Let's get rid of that. Boop. So that's Robert, Global Prospecting on YouTube, and that is his website where you can get specimens, rough material, opals, Ethiopian, Brazilian, Australian. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. So I have to put that sticker. I put it on here, but she's misbehaving. So I'm gonna have to leave it up there for right now. Although maybe I could glue. Okay, there's that. That's pretty. This is what I won. You can also get this on his website. He has really good prices for his merch. I also have one of his t-shirts. And here we go. Pretty cool. Thank you, Robert. Lovely little coffee mug. What's ironic is Miss Frecklecat didn't know I won this, and she bought me a mug this week. And this is the mug from Miss Frecklecat. My sentiments exactly. So, and now I get to look at the mug. They even get a match in the cupboard. That's fantastic. So thank you so much, Robert. And of course, love you. Thank you. And now I see the piece of turquoise. I might have to give him a call. So he put this in there, which is rather nice of him. Don't know what kind it was. I'll have to ask him tonight. But that is a pretty nice piece of turquoise right there. Should we cut it? Do we just go for it? Why not? Why not? Okay, gotta figure out these old school openers here. There you go. That's a really nice extra. Thank you, Robert. Really appreciate that. Yeah, do we cut it now? That's the question. Oh, goodness, Freckle. Yeah, you nailed it. At least I nailed it. All right. Take a pick and cut it. All right. I think you're right. Let's do a pick. Actually, let's do the pick with the cut. There you go. Let's see if I can do this. Can I do this? I might be able to do this. I should be able to do this. Put that up there. Not bad. Let's get this like this and right about there. Perfect. Thank you, Robert. I want to go visit Robert. Robert lives in the east coast of Florida, sort of in the treasure metal detecting area of Florida. And whenever there's some big storms around here, that's where you should go to find your pieces of 8 and gold bullion on the beach. So, thanks for all the thumbs up. What were we doing? I don't know what the question was, Lucas. Sorry, I didn't see it. I was fiddling around. Boop, 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 boop. So, which is the best way to go here? Savagery, yeah. Shout out to Savagery. Hope you're doing all right. think I've got a little hole there and a little hole there and a little hole there. I have an angle on one side this way and an angle on the other side that way. So whichever side I do, if I go from this side down, that's going to come in all the way to there, just to get rid of that angle. Savage GT, Savage Got, I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to have to do it this way. This is going to come in a little bit. That's going to come in a little bit. I'll try and get something out of that. Not going to be a perfect stone as far as shape. Thank goodness. The machine is still working. It gets a start on that middle wheel. I don't know how hard or soft this is. Yeah, absolutely. I'll look at it too later, Lucas. But yeah, everybody look at Savage GT. I hope. Trust in you, Lucas. Let's do this. Okay. So we're going to come around there. It's about to get smaller. And I think it's natural, which is really nice. We're going to move over one just for a second, just to get this going a bit quicker. If it is stabilized, I don't know what they use, but it doesn't have a distinct smell to it, so I'm going to say for right now that it is not stabilized. Maybe. As long as you keep your gloves on. I'm going to bring this back in a little bit. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to smooth it out, but a little higher on one side than the other, so it's higher over here than there. I'm just going to bring this side down a little bit to reorient it. I'm hoping when I do that, it's going to maybe not take that hole out, that little cabin out, but it will lessen it. Alright, I'm making this disappear quick, so let's go over here. Well, each to their own, right? But it's not their own, it's everybody. Corner. perfect yet. Pretty clean stone. I may leave a little bit of this sort of matrix on the outside, but not really. Just a little bit. I'm starting to like that shape better. I think I'm going to start taking the edge down. I can always bring in the side if I need to. Now I'm rolling out that little cabin that was there and rolling the sides down. So yeah, maybe what we do with this, as Robert was kind enough to give it to me, maybe we make this part of the next giveaway at 2000. Won't be the only thing. And then it'd be really cool if some jeweler or wire wrapper or silversmith wins, and then they can add whatever they want to add to it and move it on to the next person. That would be really cool. I gotta think about what I'm doing now. The holes are going to go. The ones on the back may stay. This little one should come out. I still may bring in the sides a little bit to clean it up, if that's what's needed to make it. I want a little bit of ugly on it, because with a little bit of ugly, it shows how nice the rest of the stone is. Never really thought about it that way. So maybe it's my little bit of ugly that makes me so damn good looking. Hey Lucas, thanks for popping in. Really appreciate you in the chat. And keep an eye on the amount of subscribers I get. Once we hit that 2,000, we'll be doing some giveaways, some rewards sponsored by SirRocksAlot. Let's put it that way. Which isn't really a sponsorship because it's me. Just doing a little wiggle waggle around the edge. I'm gonna have to bring this in right there. I'm hoping it doesn't join up to that hole. You never want a hole joining up to the next hole. At least we have a high enough part of the girdle that's hiding that little crevice, but I'm going to bring it in. So I've got to be really careful to not bring that blue all the way into that hole, and yet get enough on that edge. Otherwise the stone could get really small really quick. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next wheel and clean it up on the next wheel. I'm going to do a quick bevel on that bottom. Hi everybody. Hi Mia. It just makes you better looking, Ryan. Take that off, I think. I'm going to take that off. Round it off a little bit better. There we go. Still a little bit sharp. So here we almost went through that hole, and we've not joined that one. So I think I can bring this one down just a little to even it out and flatten it out. Alright, now I'm going to start drawing it out from the middle. Going really soft. Being that it's natural, a lot more material comes off and it comes off much quicker than if it's epoxy or stabilized. I'm just going to pull it out from the middle there to the edge. Pretty nice. What about that hole up here though? I'm afraid if I go down on that, we might find some other holes in the middle. Let's see what I can do here. It might have to stay. Just a little bit left. Alright. I'm going to really try for it here. It's going to get a lot thinner though. I think it's going to have to stay. That's a shame. So, my conundrum. Do we leave that little hole or take it all the way in? And taking it all the way in loses all that color. Hey Star, how you doing today? Glad you're here. You say get rid of it. You say get rid of all that. All that's got to go. Anybody else? That's a lot. A lot to lose right there. You have to lose the whole piece of stone. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Jed. Just a little pop in there. I guess eventually you could put a hole through it and hang it. So, I'm gonna leave it for right now, I think. I hope I don't get in trouble. How you doing, Jed? I hope you had a good week. I think everybody in chat is mostly behaving. Exactly, Steven. What I can do is do it. Leave it for right now and come back to it when you guys aren't watching. Alright, I'm gonna leave it for right now. Well, that's good. So you got Snow Blizzard, and then and then that Opal guy was up at 80 degrees today, so. Should we finish it off? Why not? Well, we'll finish it up in a minute. I might have to. So, let's go to another piece. But thank you, Robert, so much. So thanks to Robert over at Global Prospecting. I really appreciate you sending me that piece and also sending me the mug. You're very generous, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. And you're great for the community too. I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that watch you at 8 o'clock. I think 8 or 9 o'clock you'll be on tonight. There might be a video tonight. But Robert gives away so much, it's insane. So this is a bit of a cheat. So this is out of, this is stabilized. And of course, there's one little chip from something else. Excuse me. Come on. There we go. One little chip showing color, and it doesn't belong to this stone. So, hi Chris, how are you doing today? Welcome in. Glad you can make it today. Now this is stabilized, so I'm going to go around the outside of the stone real quick, and then we'll see what kind of color we're going to get. Pick up that little sharp edge up there, bring it in. Get rid of the sharpness down here. Okay, there we go. I'm pushing a little hard. There's so many innuendos to lapidary work. It's surprising we don't get kicked off more. Alright, let's have a peek. And, well, it's going to be a mix. There's some mix of funky colored matrix, greens, and blue. Maybe that black will stay in. I don't think so. Star, you put up, I don't know, you work really hard on your channel, and I really appreciate that. So, if you guys want a quick smile during the day, go over to Star's channel and just do some doom scrolling on her channel for a little bit. It'll take you away from everything else that's going on in the world. Alright, I think we are down to, let's take the top off. That star's been coming in for a while, Steven. Alright, here we go. Come down on the angle first, so I'm just doing about a 45 on that top edge. Bringing it down to about 5 millimeters on the girdle there. And do that all the way around the stone. There. Same on this edge. It just starts off the dome, giving it that angle. Some people do it a little differently. That's pretty good. A little bit more up here. Then, hey Charlie, welcome in. Hope you had a good week. Alright, so that's just a quick sort of peek, and we're going to take it off here on this next wheel. So just going to roll it up. And roll down that edge. I just got to bring the top down a little bit, just to get down to the color, I think. I guess they would call this a polychrome. Personally, I don't know, I'm a polychrome when it's like different blues and greens, maybe some yellow. I'm not sure brown should be counted as a polychrome stone. I see a lot of people saying that, but alright. Oh, if I can keep that matrix down the bottom that's popping out, should be good. Alright, let's have a peek. Not bad, not bad. We've got to take it down a little bit further. I can kind of see where that matrix goes through the stone and how deep it goes. So I really don't want to lose it. But I do want to bring that top down a little bit. Well, I don't know how much more color I'm going to get out of it actually. So, see how there's no color coming through up the top here? There's nothing extra down in there. So, I might get a little bit in the middle of that stone right there. And that may just come off as we proceed through these wheels. So I'm actually just going to clean it up. I'm not going to bring the top down trying to search for any extra color. I'm just going to finish it off like I normally would. It's actually, probably should have taken the back off first, shouldn't I? But now that I've done that, I should have taken the back off first as well, just to take a look. Watch it turn out absolutely stunning. It's pretty nice. Different. Surprised they haven't tied you up yet, Steven. It's cool to have the youngsters running around the house though. A little bit of the wiggle waggle. Hi everybody, just coming in. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope you don't have to work tomorrow. I'm lucky enough I don't work on a Friday. But that does make my early days pretty long, Monday through Thursday, and so I'm glad to be home today, and then I get to come spend some time with you guys. So I'm just going to take this sharp little corner up on the bottom here, and yeah, hanging out with you guys gets me away from my work day and my work week. So that just really helps me, and I appreciate you guys for it. It's actually turning out really nice. That's pretty cool. I think we're going to move on to the next wheel. Well, they always want them, they just never tell you they want them. Everybody needs hugs. You need a hug? I'll give you a hug. I'll hug anybody. Okay. Thank you, Scott. That's kind of what it's about. I'm not quite into quiet mode yet. I'll get there though, as the light starts to dissipate out there right now, and my belly starts rumbling. And the machine gets me a little mesmerized sometimes too. And then I'll go in, I eat, and then I'll probably go over to Robert's channel later on tonight. So Star, if you're still up, head over to Robert's Global Prospecting channel. And we have a few other channels in here. So we got Star in here, we got Stephen Pollock, please go over to his channel. And got Soul Adventurist in here today, Ryan's in here. That Opal guy's in here, and he's trying really, really hard, and he does a lot of work on his channel. A lot of editing, and it takes a lot of time. And me just being on live, that'll be, probably will be at 2 hours when I get off today. Hey, Huss. Really? Huss, you gotta send me the secret number. I'd love to see some of it, even if I don't purchase. But obviously he has some he has access to some pretty amazing stuff. So, alright, that's not bad for 3 wheels. Actually, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. You're gonna get a quick thing. There we go. And let's do one more piece of that stuff. I'm gonna make this one disappear. Let's see what we can do. I probably should cut this one, but we're not going to. It's a bit knobbly, but let's see. Well, let's do a few touches on the stone. So it's a knobbly stone. Let's do a few touches and see if I need to cut it right through there, or if I can find something in there like that. Let's have a couple of quick little windows. So there's a little window. A little window over here. There's a little window. hopefully it'll help me. It might make it harder to make a decision. And I'm going to do this flat piece here anyway. Alright, so that is the bottom. I got a big cave in there. That's pretty soft in there. That's a nice color right there. And that's not so special. So how do we get something out of that? Well, let me take a quick picture of this one too. I need to save this area. Bring this in here. That's got good color in it. So it's kind of like here somewhere. So let's flatten this out. I'm doing the right thing on this one. Hi everybody. Yeah, I mean I do, Steven. I just do what I'm doing. I don't know. It's not easy, and when you're looking at trying to monetize, and it's showing you have to have 3,000 or 3 million views on shorts. It's very intimidating. So then if you only get so if it's 3 million views on shorts to get monetized, I think. So if you're only getting about 1,000 views per short, you have to do 3,000 videos per year in 365 days. So you're basically you got to do like, what is that? 10 videos, 10 shorts every day. It's a lot of work. Now I enjoy what Star puts up, the shorts he puts up. I wish more people would watch. Get 3 million every 90 days? I'm thinking a year. So wow. Yeah, you gotta do, that's like 400 shorts a day. I mean, it's insane. And I don't know what happened with my channel. I really don't. It kind of started, I think, last September, August. I really started pushing it, I guess, July, August. Actually, it started in January of last year. And nothing really happened. Until around August, September of last year, and I really didn't change anything I was doing. I really didn't. And don't know what kicked in for the algorithm. I have no idea. Well, that might help. I mean, I've been trying to perfect my accent from my country accent, you know, since I was in my teenage. Not really. I was talking to somebody about it today, and I'm just me, and I don't have to fake anything. I do the reward stuff just because I think you guys deserve something for even spending 20 seconds watching me do anything. What did you get? Wow. Hi, Toby. Anybody want to say hi to Toby real quick? Oh, he got poofed. So Toby, he got his hair straightened. I don't know what they were thinking, but they straightened his hair this week. Hi, Poof. Say hi to everybody. Are you shy today? Yeah. Hi, Toby.
And I've got to try to sort of show start. She asks what I do.
Sure, start. Here you go. She's still watching. She makes little dinosaurs, baby dinosaurs. She does octopuses. She does little chickens. And that's just one of the things she does. Then she does this needle felting, guys, that you just, it's insane. I don't know how she does it. So she's very talented. I think far more talented than I am. And sorry, my screen's gone blank. Come on. There you go. Sorry about that. But yeah, she does all kinds of things. She started the wire wrapping, but it started hurting her thumb a little bit. But the needle felting, I'll bring out some of the pieces maybe in the next live. Is there a better side to this? Not really. Alright. This pair of gloves is coming off. I'm trying not to ruin my hands too much. I'm trying to protect my hands. But yeah, she does needle felting. So she takes these giant balls of raw or wool and takes like 5 needles with barbs on them and slowly turns them into some sort of animal or personality. She does baby Yodas. Really depends on what's going on around the house, what's going on at school, what time of year it is as far as holidays and stuff. But he's far more talented than I am. I just cut rough. I'm getting better at it. What was I chatting about? Oh, the algorithm thingamajiggy. So somewhere in September, I started getting pushed out somehow to a lot more people. And I really don't know what it was. Thank you, sir. She had it out earlier though, Stephen. She's now got him to the point that little guy has some like Christmas bells hanging from a coat rack out by the front door or by the side door. And he goes over to the bells, hits them with his paw, and And that means he wants to go out. I haven't figured out how to hit the bells myself yet. Got one little not so good area right there. What else do we got? Oh. Yeah, but I don't want to get him wet. Hold on. Let me move this over a little. So this is what I mean by the needle felting, guys. So this started off as a giant ball of wool. So that's just all wool in there. I don't know if she probably put some wire in his arms. And he probably has some glass eyes. Oh, and he gets a hat too. Hey Rabbit, how you doing? Yeah, it's the rabbit squid also does felting. So, yep, he's pretty cool, huh? Got his tail bends around. Hey, Rabbit. Hey, step out. I love showing your stuff. I'd rather show her stuff than mine. W.B. Lucas, correct. But, yeah, I mean, some of the stuff she does, and she does giant pieces, too. Like the Baby Yoda was, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches. She do owls, things related to reading books or characters out of stories, rabbits, all kinds of stuff. She was putting it up on YouTube. I was kind of, this was a while ago. But as with everybody, you know, everybody in the chat understands if you have a channel, it takes time to edit stuff. Me, I'm a little less worried about what looks good and what doesn't. I do what I'm doing. What Frecklecat does is far more of an exact art, I would say. This right here, Lucas, this is just a piece of turquoise. Hers was the mouse skin from Lucas. And there's always something behind, there's always a story behind what she's making. So, and that little notch does not want to come out. I might have to bring it all the way in. I'm going to bring it in. So I bring it in, I got to bring it in around the rest of the stone. Then we're going to do the piece of Alpine Village lookalike. And we'll finish them off. That's just the beginning stuff. She writes. She's a fantastic writer. I think she's got 2 stories that are pretty much to their final editing stage. And I'd love her to get them finished up and published. Her imagination is larger than all of us on this channel. And then being a teacher, she's able to sort of write educationally. You wouldn't know you were learning anything, but she's teaching you something at the same time. Okay. What does a rabbit squid look like? That's quite a combination. So it is. I'm trying to get it done while we're chatting. I'm not really looking at it. I'm just seeing what little inclusions and cracks and things I have to get out. So I'm almost doing it now by feel. If that makes any sense. So rabbit squid, what sort of characteristics does a rabbit squid have? I assume runs fast, breeds fast, swims fast, with ink as a weapon, and maybe thunder. Hey Redemption, how you doing? It is, as long as I don't take my nails off any more than I have. At least my index fingers have taken a beating lately. See, and now I got a little chipperoonie down in there. Bring that in. I don't know, D&D was easy back in the day, Rabbit Stood. You know, you showed your wisdom, your intelligence, your strength, your dexterity. Whether you wanted to be like half human or half elf. Whatever was good for magic and fighting and a paladin and all that kind of stuff. It's funny, as I still talk to my friend who was our original dungeon master back then. It was a while ago. Yeah, I figured that, Steve. You got really good at it, too. So yeah, Steve has been doing some resin dye. Yeah, they've been popping out really good lately. The last ones that I've seen have been really good. And I assume maybe your kids play with them, Steven, too. What a great way to give, I assume your kids play, or something similar, some sort of role-playing game. I don't know if you kept all your books. Now, I just saw, what was I reading about? GameStop calling certain game platforms vintage, so they're now buying at higher prices. I don't know if it's like the original Xbox or what it was. I didn't read the whole thing. Or Sony, the original Sony PlayStation from the 90s. Alright, this is turning out pretty good. At least you still have them. Mine disappeared out of the attic. Not my attic, my mom's attic, quite a few years ago. And she probably just took them to the local charity shop. All my brothers gave them away, one of the two. I was the only one out of four that did role-playing games. Alright, I need to even up this girdle and we'll be good. So there were a lot of soft spots in that stone, so even if I cut it on the saw, I would have lost probably more than what I'm ending up with. Alright. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I don't know why my light's funky. I got lines today, that's weird. Alright, let me get a picture. And we'll do the piece of Alpine Village. So that's 3. Plus we did the agate. So 1, 2, 3, and I already lost the agate. That's 3 so far, not bad. And hopefully I'm going to get some nice color out of this one. A bit bigger as well. Thank you, Star. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. If I keep looking at it, I'll find little things I gotta fix, but I need to wait until we get on to the next. Now, this one, this is a bit of a big nugget. You can kind of see where I'm going to end up going, but I got this chunk over here too. So. Quick picture of that one. And let's go. Let me get some water real quick, excuse me. Here you go, Star. I got something to show you. This is what I drink when I'm not feeling so good. You can usually find it in like the international aisles. The Ribena and Lucozade. So yeah, we do get Lucozade over here now, but I don't know how old it is by the time it gets here. Really? Somehow I don't believe you, Ryan? There we go. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to bring this back down first. Hoping the color comes through. Come on. Might have to. Well, the color's there. Someone needs to get too thin. It's freaky. Sort of flattened what I need on the back. I'm going to have to finish it up some more. It's starting to see the color coming through, so if I can get that on the other side, that'll be fantastic. Really? It's lemon squash, orange squash, Ribena, and Lucozade. get that over there. Yeah, I'm hoping, I don't know, if somebody's new out there in the chat or in the live. I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Sundays around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and Thursdays around 6 o'clock. And if you subscribe, you'll be notified within a couple of minutes of when I go live. I do put some shorts out during the week and a couple of videos every 2 weeks or so. And I'd love to have you on board. Trying to get to that 2,000. This evening was trying to get as close as I could to the 1,900 mark. And if you hit the thumbs up, either way, it doesn't matter. I'd love having you guys here anyway, whether you subscribe or not. But it is free, and it does help the growth of the channel. And it's really just me, Miss Frecklecat, Toby, and I've got a few things I got to put up this weekend as far as the rock show. We had fun at the rock show. I just haven't had time to go through the footage that I have from it. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I'm starting to get off track here a little bit. Still working on the back. Alright, so I've got a big hole right here. I can bring that in some, but I think I'm going to angle it that way. I'm thinking maybe I might have to go to, well, I'm alright. There we go. Need to get enough height on the edge here so I can roll that out. And we're going to roll it out now, actually. So, I can't reorient it, dang it. I'm afraid I'm doing this wrong right now. I don't know why. Look, I'm losing my glue over here. Hitting back at me pretty hard. Alright. Okay. Pretty happy with it. Oh. Okay. I didn't do too bad. I need one more thumbs up to hit 50. Yeah, it's no fun, really. Straighter right there. So I saw silver price went down all the way into the 60s today. I saw Rio Grande was at 69, and so they were just under $100 an ounce for silver sheet and silver bezel. We haven't seen it there in a long, long time. Gonna keep my eye on it tomorrow. I have a few little essentials I'd like to get to help me along with silversmithing. I have what I need right now to get going, but I'm afraid I don't think this price is going to be down here very long. If they kick it down more, it's just an opportunity for us all to, or some of us to go out and buy what we need. Yeah, Steve, it was 69, it got into, I think it finished up in the low 70s. But on Rio, it was still, so it's probably right at 100 tonight. I mean, that's, wow, that's not quite a 50% markup, but it's, well, it is 50%. It's over, well, it's not a 50% markup, that's insane. Flattening the back. Not bad. Even the back looks pretty cool. So let's get it onto this third wheel. So there's a good question, Steve. So if you have it in your cart, does it change price, or do you have to get it out of your cart and start again and reorder it? I never really tried to watch it. That's pretty cool. Just even up everything here. A little sharp right there. Interesting thing. So some people work below the middle of the wheel, and some work on top of above the wheel. You're going to go below the wheel. You want to have the top of your stone facing up, and that way. Okay, yeah. If you're below, bit of a degree on the girdle. If you're on top of the middle of the wheel, you actually want to do it from being upside down. And it's really just a preference. There isn't a right or wrong on that. And you can mix it up. Alright. Put that glue there. Nice and even. And I'm going to take the little sharpness off the bottom right there. All the way around the stone. And it should be ready to go onto the next wheel. Oopsie. Oopsie. Thank you for all those thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, it's coming out really nice. It's a little faceted right here. Let's just do a thick roll right there. Do a quick pick. So now, decision to be made. Do I stay out here and finish these off? I think I do. Why not? I'm out here, so we might as well get this done. And you can hang out with me if you like. Go get dinner and come back later. But, that's not working. Hey Nassim, welcome in. Nassima, I'm sorry. So yeah, we got two giant eyes. Crooked smile. Sorry, I stopped making faces. Alright, let's move over here. Hey Agent, how you doing? Incoming. Sorry for the quick move there. Alright. Yeah, the grey one, you talking about this one? Using my rock monsters. Got the druzy in there, fortifications. This is Swazi agate. Pretty neat. Hey Agent, how you doing? I'm glad you're able to take care of yourself. Yeah, those ones are fun. Alright, some clean water, a little extra light. Get down there. Why are you making noise? Thank you. Alright, let's go through. So we did those already. So these are already polished. Just need to go through these four real quick. Get a little more coffee. Thank you, Miss Freckle Cat, for my cup this week. It's really cool, actually. And the other gift this week came from Robert over at, well, that's his website. Let's cut Opal right there. Opal Addiction. Global Prospecting. Alright, let's get these done. We did it this way, didn't we? So this was the piece of turquoise he sent me. Gotta remember, this one's a little bit softer than the others because it's natural. Quick touches. This was a giveaway. Maybe this is one of the stones. This will be one of the stones that we donate, reward, or give away at the 2,000 subscriber mark. Yeah, it's a fun hobby, honestly, stuff. Like, and I keep forgetting to bring all the rocks out that got me going. Sorry, caught my nail. It got me going back into this. Is it an estate sale? I wish I bought more, but I couldn't. I was pretty poor back then. I'm still poor. Say we're not eating steak dinner every night. We do alright. Need some more water in this one. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of agates and specimens and a giant piece of Lucian Veracite that I bought at a sale that got me going. Sort of getting my girdle on the edge there, same height all the way around. This is the sort of final touches. I'm going to move on to the 1200 after this one for this stone, and it's a really nice blue up the top there. The next two wheels, so this is a 600, takes up a little bit but not too much. With a natural stone, it will take some off of it, and then the next wheel will just start pre-polishing it. And then we'll go over to the van. The oval one. Turquoise goes pretty quick on these three wheels because it is a softer stone. Get the back again. I don't perfect the backs here, but I do a fair good number on it. I don't want it all choppy and rough. But I don't mind leaving in little natural inclusions like that. Sometimes I think that the natural inclusions actually add to the stone. And it definitely helps you distinguish it between a piece of plastic lookalike. One of 4, 3 to go. So you did have to go back and re-add it. Now, so how much was the difference, Steve, that you ended up with? It probably hasn't thrown the shipping in on you yet, but... And if it wasn't Rio, who was it, if I may ask? Okay, that was pretty good. I should do this for a little bit longer. I did that last wheel a little too quick. Do that a little bit longer. There we go. That's good. Thank you, Rob. some would call this polychrome. I would rather call it a turquoise blend into matrix. I think the term polychrome gets used a little too easily. Going around like these tough corners and making sure that girdle going from here around to the edge is the same on the corner here. Just make sure I'm flat on the back too. Get that bottom little corner bevel. Not only does it take the sharpness off that bottom corner, so it stops it from chipping out, stuff like that. But when you go into solder and put that into your bezel setting, the solder starts to form around where that bezel where the bezel wire hits your backplate, and it can form little tiny lumps. You might not be able to see them too well, and so putting that little tiny bit of a blend on that bottom corner makes it a little bit easier for the setter, that they don't have to go in and file out their solder so it's to absolute perfection. It gives them a little bit of a wiggle room, and everybody likes a little bit of wiggle room. Scared the heck out of me. Did you hear that, Steve? She's actually... Yeah. I'm sitting, by the way. A little bit of facet right there. I think that means go inside, I'm not sure. She double clicked it, so she scared the dickens out of me. I didn't know she'd come through the door. So that's how I get, I get mesmerized into what I'm doing, so kind of miss what's going on around in the big world, and it's one of the reasons I do this. Mostly, if I can get the choker collar off, I'll be fine. Hi. Be doing that, nice and smooth. Actually, it's a good blend. I wish I had a little tiny dot of blue on the bottom, but like a really, really vibrant blue, but it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I try jumping the fence, I mean, it hurts for like the first 100 meters, and then it kind of, I get out, it stops. But I gotta run quick. That too, stop. I think for another channel altogether. That's my OF channel. This stone is from Mexico. It's from Mexico. This I got from Sam, who is Specialty Cabs and Blocks. And this is I got a bag from Sam. I got one bag that's mixed, so American Mexican mix. And then I got a bag that's just Mexican. And he stabilizes it himself, and then he uses it in his block material. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, move on to that last one. Then we'll be down to 2. Really enjoyed having you guys today. It's been fun. So not only do I get, you know, to have a little fun with the stones on the machine and sort of meditate, get a little mesmerized on what I'm doing, but then you guys in the chat made me laugh. And that's so helpful. I think everybody, if you're not laughing, we got to help you out somehow. We got to do something, because everybody needs a little bit of a laugh every day. Keeps us healthy. He's not at all. Can you subscribe to your own channel? I don't know if you can. I haven't tried. Let's see. You can turn off the analytics, so maybe you can. Alright, now we're going to do the oval. With a little egg. So this egg you could probably find in Star's back garden. Or front garden. Watch out, so Freckle Cat, she's started getting some of her witchcraft stuff out. Now, she went with a friend to a local rock store, which I've never been to, and came back with this giant piece of selenite. I do believe in some of the energies and things given from rocks. I just think they have to mostly be in their natural state to receive or transfer any energy. That's just my own belief. So, you know, a lot of these rock shops, they buy everything in bulk from, well, you know where, and I think people come in and buy stuff and they really don't get the energy that's meant to be attributed to the mineral or the stone or the gemstone that's originally there. But she came back with this chunk of piece of selenite. She got it for a really good price, and yeah, it was a really good deal. So I'm gonna have to go by the store myself just to check it out. I have to go incognito though. Wow, that's really good. If it's good, I mean, Stephen, if it's good material. Like the last pieces I got, so most of the pieces I've had are stitch tight that I bought already pre-cab locally. Just have that like lightning of the purpley blue going through it, and the rest is serpentine. But those pieces that I had lately that I got from Dave, they came from Tim, I guess, maybe even McKay, but those were mostly blue and purple, or purple, and they actually had the chatoyance to them, and I've never really seen the chatoyance come out. And those weren't too expensive, but they certainly weren't that price. Waiting on a new line of dollars, let's put it that way. I don't know, maybe the family took the card out of the mailbox already, Steve. Last wheel for this one. Yeah, maybe she'll bring it out. It's a really great piece. I know selenite's pretty cheap anyway, but it was so much better than getting a giant cylinder or a sphere head. What do they call it? Had different access planes that were peeled up, and then it's got the original crystal formations at the bottom, almost like point terminations. It's just a chunker is what it is. Pretty nice piece. Alright, I think we're good. Now I got a little bit more in the middle there. Alright, one more to go. And we'll be moving over to the Zan Jam. Uh-oh. Let's see. Alright. Alright, so a new weapon. Look at that. That is just,
So
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, you don't want to get it wet.
It's
And it's got these little planes coming off, and so it's just a gorgeous piece. And then if you turn it upside down, like show me the end. Yeah, look at the end of this. So it's got the terminations on it too. So yeah, that's a really great find. See all the crystallinis. Yeah, all the little crystallinis here. So all those crystallinis there go all the way down to that end there and terminate at the end. Really great piece. Yeah, very cool. I don't think I'm allowed to touch it. No, it's okay. So, yeah. Yep. Fantastic find right there. Yeah, because you found that, I gotta go. I have never been to that rock store. I've driven by it, and I just thought it was too small that I wouldn't want to go in it. And now I was wrong. The lady's very nice too. to have little Wiccan sessions on there during the week. I'll tell you where the Freckle Cat disappears on a Wednesday evening and takes her selenite with her. Yeah, I think so too, Stephen. See, and that's me making assumptions. See, I probably know the people, from all the estate sales and everything. I've never put the two and two together. I don't know if I've ever put two and two together, but so that piece, just to let you know, that piece that Freckle Cat got there, it's got to be 2 to 3 pounds. But I like all the natural formations that are still on it. It was $15. And right now it is charging up the house. No, Stevie. I will. Yeah, that's my problem. But the good thing, Stephen, I won't have to pay for shipping. Sorry, let me finish this one off. I got a little quick there. Yeah, you can buy local. Keep those businesses and keep the local businesses going, because if they're the ones making the trip to Tucson and I can benefit from it, absolutely. Or they've been around a long time, and they have the connections that they've had since the sort of 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That's always good to find too. So yeah, very fair bargain, fair deal, I should say. No, but in doing that, and that lady being kind enough to do that, will get me in there. We'll probably get Freckle Cat going back. We'll get her friend going back, and so yeah, good for business. Got one more wheel, and then we're hitting the jam. Quick draw on this one. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it a quick draw. This last piece is very nice. Good stuff. One more wheel, and we'll dry these off, and finish them up. $63 is a fantastic number. I see 63 is the thumbs up on my end anyway, and 9s and 3s and 6s. Really the true, it's not 0s and 1s anymore. 3s, 6s, and 9s. Whole new coding. I think we're good. I think we are good. Turn that off. Ooh, I love that. Thank you, by the way, Miss Jeannie. We made it through another session. And, 2 sessions ago, I didn't know if I was going to make another stone on this machine, so. Okay, let's get those dried up. While we're drying those up, we're going to take a quick walk. can go over to the Zam. Okay, there you go. Mind that for all my cups. Yeah. Oh, something's moved around over here. Get you tucked in tight. Sorry, you got a pole in your face. All right, come on. There we go. Something is not working. There we go. Sorry about that. Doing it backwards. There we go. There we go. A little bit more, just a bit. There you go. Sorry about that. 1, 2. Let's unpack these again. Just drying them off. 1, 2. Oh, that piece from Robert came out really nice too. So let's start with the one from Robert. So Robert from Global Prospecting. This was the piece that came along with the giveaway Opal Agate cup. You will find him Global Prospecting. Comes on usually 8 or 9 o'clock on a Thursday. 1 week he'll do a live, and then the next week he'll do a video. So I just got to make sure I try not to get any Zam in there. You guys are silly. Alright, let me turn this on. And gonna get a little bit of the Zam, chromium aluminum oxide wax. Chromium makes it green. Works fantastic with phosphates. So all turquoises. Or at least I've never had a turquoise that it hasn't worked well on. So let's do the back. Getting a little bit of wax caught up in the little hole on the back, so I need to be careful of that. If you can see that. There we go. Get the edges. Thanks for the little hearts right there. Right, let's get the front going. Oh, where's the hole? So if I do go on the hole, I don't want to go on it very long. So I'm kind of leaning it down towards the right hand side of the screen right now. That's so I don't get into that hole. A little bit on the top. That should do it. Alright, let's have a look at this one. I think we added some value. I think we added quite a bit of value. So, great little stone. Thank you, Robert. And I did not get any wax in the little hole. Very nice blue. Alright. One, let's do the blender. It's actually got a decent polish up to the 3000 already. So I think we can make it a little bit better. That's the test. Back looks good too. At the edges. Hi everybody. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I like this too. If you didn't know Stephen's date of birth, it's right there. His name isn't Stephen Pollock, and that's not his birthday. And his his PayPal account is Polaki2 at gmail.com. Don't worry, I took a screenshot. We're good. Alright, let's have a peek at this one. Really nice. Wow. So it's funny, the phone doesn't show how good the polish truly is, but it is a really good polish. It's a really nice stone. All right. Well, we will send belated birthday gifts. Let's do the Opal. This one is the robin's egg from Star Winter's garden. At the edges. Shining up my nails too. All right, let's take a quick peek. Pretty too. All right, nice little agate. It's actually a little bit bluer than it looks on the phone as well. This one is. And last but not least, we're going to do the Alpine Village lookalike. This one's got a pretty good polish going already too. So with the new accessories that I got for the Genie or the other Genie, depending on which one I can get going best, I can put on 3 other wheels. So the wheels that we did before, the 6 wheels, were 80 grit, 140 grit, 180 grit, and 280 grit, and then 600, 1200, and 3000 grit. So this is up to a 3000, and then we're doing the ZAM. But I will have one specifically for things like agates and petrified woods, anything that has druzy in it, like the agate that we have tonight. And I will have 8000 grit, 14,000 grit, and a 50,000 grit wheel. And then I won't have to get onto the ZAM or the cerium oxide that tends to get caught up in the cracks and crevices and inclusions. So hopefully I get that all worked out this week, or somewhere close to it anyway. I'll just be happy with one working machine. I'll be very happy with. I'm not really ready financially to put out for a new one. Yeah. All right. So look at this one. That's a pretty stone. It's like the marshes in the end of an estuary somewhere. Very much like that. Okay, let's have a look at all of them. Let's get that switched off. One of my favorite sounds right here. Because that means we're coming to the end. I don't mean the end tonight, I mean the end of my work week. This is my playtime, so really, after doing this for 2.5 hours, I've actually forgotten what I did all week at work. So, let's have a look at what we did. Let's move that down just a bit. Turn that around. And we got the two googly eyes. Guess we could put them that way. But this was just up to the 3000. Beautiful little druzy, nice little agate, little Swazi agate. And it's got those rock monster faces on them. That's a fun piece right there. This is the piece from Robert from Global Prospecting. That came out super. Lovely blue on that. Thank you, Robert. This is one of the Mexican pieces from Sam, Specialty Cabs and Block. This is also, I believe, from, no, this is a Laverde, I think, actually. Excuse me. There you go. Lovely little cab. And some of my favorite stuff. Welcome back, Lucas. Is that Alpine Village? Really nice. So let's get a final pick of that. Right there. Awesome. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight and Miss Frecklecat. I had a lot of fun tonight. And we will see you on Sunday. Probably Sunday. Depends what we do. Maybe we'll take a drive. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for spending all this time with me and with us. We really appreciate it. It's fun for us. It's a bit of entertainment. I get some rocks cut up, shaped, polished, and we get to have a laugh while we're doing it. So thank you so much for being in. Lucas, I hope you like that knuckle bone. And maybe I'll bring in a few fossils on the next one too. So see you guys on Sunday. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully it's nice, sunny, and shiny. And yeah, Sunday. We'll see you Sunday. Have a great Friday tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you so much. In the meantime, take care of each other. And most of all, take care of yourself. Thank you, Star, Lucas, Ryan, Stephen, that Opal guy, Robert, Global Prospecting. Yeah, thanks all. If I missed anybody, thank you for being here. Soul. And we will see you guys. Savage GT. Shout out to you. All right. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.